Morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Good
And
morning.
you?
I'm doing pretty well, thanks.
All
Um,
right.
and Ana Carolina, I guess, do you have any big plans for the day? What are you gonna do today?
Today
Just
is
work?
my day off. No,
Nice.
on Monday
Right.
I always take a day off, and it's my English is studying day.
Okay. Nice. So study a bunch of English. Sounds pretty good. Um, and yeah, anything else? Anything else you will do?
I will I will have a kind of class uh, with a physical therapist. It's called the RPG, Global Postural Education. Because since
Okay.
I hurt my back at the gym, I feel pain from time to time, and I was looking at some pictures online, and it seems to be awful.
It seems to
Sh-
be awful.
yes, there are some weird positions that we have to stay and hold for some minutes. I don't know
Okay.
how it's going to be, but I'm going to try. And she agreed to come to my house, and I have a small gym here. And it is going to be just for a while, then I will be able to hit the gym without any problem.
Nice. That sounds definitely really nice. Okay. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it helps your back. Uh, Jose, how's it going with you?
Hi, Joshua. I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking. And you?
Doing well, thanks. And Jose, what have you been up to today?
Like always, in the morning I was working, and I after I had finished to work. I had a lunch, and now it's my first class, my
Okay.
first English class.
What'd you have for lunch?
Um, I had some salad and for starter, some salad, and for main course, I had some rice.
Okay. Was it just plain white rice, or was there something in the rice?
Uh, ch some chicken in the rice.
Okay. Nice. Um, that sounds pretty good. Uh, and excuse me, it might just be the four of us for now. Let's get started with today's class. And yeah, Jose, can you read the title in the next lines?
Okay, business English. Today we will learn business expressions, talk about sales and customer satisfaction, prac practice when to use make and when to use do, and read a comic.
Nice. Maybe with satisfaction.
What word, Joshua? Ah,
Satisfaction.
satisfaction. Okay,
Yeah,
satisfaction.
good. Satisfaction. And Javier, how's it going?
I'm doing great, Joshua. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Good to see you. Um,
Nice to see you
and
too.
thanks. What have you been up to today, Javier?
Well, I just came up from jogging. I did a little jogging this morning.
Nice. Okay, jogging's always good. Okay, and well, Jose, can you ask Sergey the first question?
Okay, Sergey, do you think you will be a tough person to work for? Explain.
That is a good question. I think it depends a lot on the person who I working with and not on me. Who I am working with and not on me. Yes.
Nice. And we're missing an article.
Good question.
That's a good question. Good. Yeah, nice. And okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sergey, can you ask Anna Carolina the next name? The next
Would
question.
you include your name in a business name? Why or why not?
Of course, I would if I were the owner. Uh, I would feel if I were the owner, I would feel pride of my business, and I believe that my name is a nice name. And if someone uh, asked me, um, may I use your name in my business? I would say yes, but I would have to receive some cash.
You'd have to receive some cash.
Of course, to endorse it, I believe it's fair enough.
Some cash. Okay. Okay. Nice. Good answer. Good grammar. I'd feel pride in my business though, so we just change that preposition around a little bit.
Um, I don't get it. Why not? Um, Teacher, I have a problem with prepositions.
Prepositions are tricky.
I cannot understand why.
mm,
Don't you feel pride of something?
no, we feel pride, or you can be proud about something, but you
About.
have pride in your business.
Okay.
We feel pride in. Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm proud about, but
About.
I feel pride in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Prepositions, I guess, yeah, they're just very difficult. But
I couldn't agree more.
okay. Ana Carolina, can you ask Javier the next question?
Javier, do you think you have a good head for business? Explain.
Javier?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's really loud now though.
Okay, probably yes, I would have a good head for business, but honestly, I am not running any business right now.
Mm-hmm. Any. Okay. And why would you say you have a good head for business? Why do you think?
Well, because I think that I have a good idea, so I could be some creative for idea, but I haven't used any of that idea for me. Or always that ideas I haven't used it for other people.
Okay, so I've always used those ideas for other people.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good answer. And Nora, welcome to class. Nora, how's it going?
Hi, it's fine, thank you.
Nice. Good. Good to have you in class. Nice to see you. And Ken, how's it going with you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you?
Nice, doing well. Thanks. Good to have you in class as well.
Thank you.
All right. And does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's go on. Let's have Jose. Can you read through these words?
Okay. Bottom line. Chew something over. blow by blow. Blew it. Back to the drawing board. Across the board. Call the shots. Cut our losses. Cut corners.
Nice. Nice job. And I'm sure we've got some questions. Nora, are there any of these that you know?
Bottom line.
Okay, what's the bottom line?
It's like the end decision or the final decision or
Okay, the final decision. Kind of maybe like the most important thing when you're making a final decision. It's like the most important piece of information.
okay.
Might be a little bit more accurate, but good. I think that's, yeah, just about it. Okay, good. Sergey, what about you? Any of these? Do you know any of these?
Sure, it's across the board. Across the board means to apply something to all, for example, departments of your company. For example, we are going to introduce a new dress code across the board.
Nice. Yes. Really good example. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay, and Ken, what about you? Can you explain what one of these means?
Okay, back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
That means back to the original plan or idea.
Back to the original plan or idea.
No? Hmm?
I mean, you're almost there. The original plan.
Hmm? Original.
So maybe you've got like a drawing board, and out of that drawing board you have like a plan. You have a plan that comes out, and then it doesn't work. So we've got this plan that doesn't work. So you go back to the drawing board, think of something else, and try a new plan, right?
Right.
So it's not the original idea.
Okay.
The
Maybe
original.
primer plan. No.
Because that's the first plan still. That's like the original plan. We don't want to go back to the original plan because the original plan didn't work. Back to the
Maybe try another idea.
yeah. So you go back to the planning stages where you would try another idea. Exactly. Does that make sense, Ken?
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Anna Carolina, what about you? Can you define one?
To call the shots, to be in charge of something, to be the boss, to act the boss.
Yeah, to act the boss, to make the decisions. Nice. And Javier, what about you? Can you define one for us?
Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe blow by blow. That means step by step.
Yeah, step by step. So generally we explain things blow by blow.
Okay.
Or talk about them, like we tell stories blow by blow. Good. Yeah, step by step, little piece by piece. Jose, can you define
Yes.
another one?
The second one, something over, to consider carefully.
Yeah, to consider carefully. All right, nice. yeah, to think about something. Be another way of saying it. And Snorra, can you define another one?
Cut our losses. Um, Maybe it's to reduce our expenses.
Ah, it's close. It's a little bit different.
Let me think. Cut our. I know the meaning, but I don't know how to explain. So you
Okay. Can you think of another one? Can you try another one?
blew it. Maybe we ruined it.
Yeah, you ruined it. You ruined it. Ruined it. How would you use it in a sentence, Nora?
The plan was good at the beginning, but we just blew it at the end.
Nice. Okay. And Sergey, what about the next one? What about another one?
Okay, cut our losses means trying to stop wasting money or other means what caused by some external factor. Like let's stop order pizza on Friday because it's money and time wasted. Nope.
Sort of. Not quite, though. You're close, again, as close to what Nora said, too. It's a little bit different. This one's tricky. What about cut corners? Do you know cut corners, Sergey?
Yeah, cut corners means to choose the most straightforward way to achieve something instead of other ways what might be longer in time terms or more expensive in money terms.
Okay. So it's definitely using the most straightforward way. It has a connotation, cutting corners, that's not positive.
Yeah, not positive. Okay. I just know what it would mean in relationship sport, but not in business sport, you know.
Okay. Think about if you're in a race. Like
Mhm.
if you're racing and you cut
Okay.
corners.
So
Is it?
Illegal.
Yeah.
So it might imply that someone is using means that are not right or legal just to achieve a goal, right?
Yeah. So it could imply cheating, so using things that aren't right or legal. Um, it could be just making a poor product, or doing things badly.
Yeah, or giving bribes. That's
Yeah.
quite
So you're
common in right.
exactly. That would be a really good example of cutting corners, would be giving bribes, which is unfortunately quite common in Russia. Yeah, bribes are not good. Uh, okay, Ken, what about cut our losses? Do you think you could explain cut our losses?
Cut our losses, maybe. Uh, Maybe to stop something cannot work, which cannot work.
Okay, to stop something that
Uh,
isn't
Without
working.
losing anything or something like that.
Sorry, repeat that
Before,
last part.
stop something before losing the gain or something, profit or something.
Okay, stop something before losing more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we talk about cutting your losses in investments, and you could say gambling, things like that. So if you have maybe $500, I like this example because it's really easy. You have $500 and you go to a casino and you lose $250. So now you only have $250 left, and the casino has your other $250. And so instead of trying to get this money back that the casino has, you cut your losses and go home before you lose all your money. So it's like making a bad investment and letting that bad investment go. Make a bad investment and you let that investment go. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. Really good job, Ken. Thank you for
Joshua, could you scroll up just a second to take a look?
Yeah. Good?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And yeah, does anybody have any other questions here?
True over, do you use it in usual conversations?
Yeah, chew over is pretty common. So I'm going to chew that over and get back to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's more for like business or professional situations than like everyday situations, but yeah, it's pretty common. Let's look at these, and let's start with Ana Carolina. Can you try the first one?
Hold on. I need just a time to figure out.
Okay.
To figure it out. Why don't you chew over my proposition while I'm going to crunch this number?
While I'm going to is a little bit off. We'll just use the
While
present tense.
I'm going, no, while I'm crushing these numbers.
Okay. Yeah, while I am crunching. You could also say while I crunch.
While I crunch. Oh, okay, teacher. Could you clarify the meaning of crunch numbers? Crunch numbers?
Yeah. Does anybody know what crunch numbers means? Okay, crunch numbers is do math. Crunching numbers is just doing math. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Javier, what about the next one?
The initiative totally crashed. Tomorrow we to go. Tomorrow we will go back to the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
To try to start from scratch.
Perfect. Nicely done. And Jose, what about the next one?
Okay. Numbers cut corners?
Mm-mm.
No?
So we need to conjugate to fall first.
Okay. Numbers fall. No, numbers are falling. Or have fallen.
Okay, have fallen.
Have fallen.
Yeah, have fallen could work.
Across the board.
Mm-hmm.
These past months, we need to increase sales now.
Awesome. Good. What's another tense that we could use that's very similar?
Had?
Not
Had,
had.
had fallen, no? Fall.
It'd be a progressive tense.
Progressive tense. Numbers have been falling?
Yeah. Numbers have been falling across the board these past months. We need to increase sales now. Good. Yeah. And that would imply that they're still falling. Okay. And Nora, what about the next one?
We can't cut corners anymore. We need quality products, even if they would cost, even if they would cost more, or will cost more,
If they
or
will cost,
costing.
I would use the simple present.
If they cost more,
Yeah, even if they cost more. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, if they cost more, we will still buy them. So even if you use like a conditional statement, it's the first part of the conditional, and you just use the present. Okay. Sergey, what about the next one?
Mark has called the shots. If things improved recently, it's because of his initiatives.
Okay. The first one we don't conjugate.
Okay, Mark's calls the shots.
Yeah, Mark calls the shots. And
If things improved, just
I think improved could work. I think
okay.
there's a better tense that sounds a little bit better.
Okay, have improved.
Yeah, if things have improved. Just the recently kind of makes it seem like kind of now and in the past. It's because of his initiatives. But well done. That was good. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. And let's go on. No. Good. Okay, let's try this. Sergey, can you ask Ken the first question?
Guest counts have been dropping recently. What are you doing? What are you doing to compensate for this?
Okay. Guest count have been dropping. That means the number of guests are dropping.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the number of guests that you have has been dropping.
Maybe it's up to the type, the business, what type of business is, but usually we need to show the new plan or new idea for the customers or guests
Yeah.
yeah.
So pretend, yeah, this is almost like a role play. So imagine this
Okay.
is somebody asking you for whatever company that you want it to be. What would you tell them?
For example, English class, online English class, which I attended a long time ago, and that they use the same content again, again, again. In the end, the class is almost like a kind of how can I say? I memorized how to reply. So it's not like actual conversation. So they need to show the new materials or teaching plan or something. Yeah, I
Mm.
felt like that at that time.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. New materials, new teaching plan, new something. Okay. And Ken, can you ask Anna Carolina the next question?
Okay, and Carolina, what is your sales forecast for the next quarter?
Unfortunately, the ballpark figures are are bad because of the recession and the inflation. The dollar is going through the roof, while the president is splurging on luxuries in the US, and everyone is unemployed. So we we are going to have to make a very strong campaign to improve it, and we are going to have to lower the price as well.
Nice. Nice. What's a ballpark figure?
I I estimative estimate
Estimate.
number. It's
Huh? An estimate.
estimate.
Huh? So the verb to estimate is a little bit different. We have an
Oh,
estimate and to estimate.
oh my gosh. Estimate. Estimate.
Estimate.
Um,
An estimate.
estimate. An estimate.
Uh-huh.
What
Yeah.
and what's the difference in meaning?
Well, one is a verb and one's not. So an estimate is the thing, and to estimate is to do something.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's just noun and verb. Um, that's a little bit tricky, but nicely done. It's perfect. Uh, and Andres, welcome to class. How's it going? Andres? Okay. And Ana Carolina, can you ask Javier the next question?
Javier, what are your profits looking like? Do they align with the goals you set out at the beginning of the year?
Well, our profits looks bad. Sorry, our profit looks bad because the company is losing money, so we had to cut our losses at least a 5% to make our profit grow. If we achieve that, they will be aligned to our goals that we set at the beginning of the year.
Huh? Mm, okay. We had to cut our losses at least 5% to make our profit grow. Okay. Cut our losses 5%. Um,
I mean to reduce.
yeah. So that would be better if you reduce your losses. Um, or we need to reduce our expenses
Okay.
by at least 5% to make our profit grow. Okay, and that would work. So the difference between reduce your expenses and cut your losses is if you're cutting your losses, you're like allowing an investment to die, which is fine, but you wouldn't let an investment die by 5%. Um, yeah,
Okay.
so just slightly different, but good. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's actually go back to this one. I like this. And let's have, for the first part, Javier. Ooh, where? Yeah, or Jose, sorry. Jose, can you play Susie? And Nora, can you play
Yes.
Calvin?
15 bucks a glass.
That's right. Want some?
How do you just justify charging $15?
Supply and demand.
Where is the demand? I don't see any demand.
There's a lot of demand.
Yeah?
Tell stockholder is enterprise. I demand monstrous profits on my investment.
Good. Um, really nice job. Jose, can you repeat where's? Where's the demand?
Where's
Yeah.
where's
And
the demand?
nice. Good. Nora, monstrous.
Monstrous.
Okay. And so for the first part, what is happening? Who can explain what's happening here in this first part?
She wants to buy a glass, but the price is overestimated. It's overpriced.
Yeah, it's definitely overpriced. Um, and what does supply and demand mean?
Demand is the amount of products that the customers buy.
Yeah, demand is like the
Yes.
consumption of your
The
product.
consumption of your product. Yes.
Yeah. What else is demand?
The number of requests for a certain product.
Okay, yeah, so it's like the consumption, the number of requests for something. What else does demand mean?
Requirements.
Yeah, require, desire, kind of want, um, expect, sort of. Yeah, I think that's good. So it's kind of a combination of that. So okay, good job. Okay, and so it seems like we've got Calvin and he's kind of mixing these two up. Let's have Sergey. Can you play Calvin for this next part? And Ken, can you play Susie?
And the next part is the picture number 2 or
Right
number.
here.
Okay. And the president and CEO of the company, I demand an exorbitant annual salary. And as my own employee, I demand a high hourly wage and all sorts of company benefits, and then there's overhead and actual production costs.
But it looks like you just threw a lemon in some sugar water.
Well, I have to cut expenses somewhere if I want to stay competitive.
What if I got sick from that?
Caveat emptor is the motto we stand behind. I'd have to charge more if we followed health and environmental regulations.
Good. Okay. And all right. So caveat emptor, what's that mean? Does anybody know? It's Latin. Okay. It kind of means let the buyer beware. So cavidem let the buyer beware. And a couple small things. Sergey, can you repeat exorbitant? Exorbitant.
Exorbitant.
Nice. And hourly.
Hourly.
Okay, good. And Ken, can you explain this section? What's happening here?
Maybe uh, the Lucy girl point out it's just lemon water. Why you cost a lot? They complain about that. But Calvin says maybe it's because of the demand, too much demand, or maybe.
I mean, he has a lot of demands, which are a little bit different.
Right.
Like his demands are not like the demand of.
Sounds like it's a parody of the demand and price kind of trick, or in capitalism world,
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe price can be set by the demand.
Sort of. I mean, we've got different demands. So he's confused the supply and demand where there's no actual demand for the product. He just demands a lot of things
Okay, I got it.
that
He's
he wants.
demanding.
Yeah. Sergey, do you think you could explain this part?
The final part or everything?
Yeah, the final part. The last two squares.
Okay, so Kelvin motivates his cheap product or product that has a bad quality by the fact what he needs to stop losing money. And not?
Yeah, so he wants to stay competitive. He's saying he's not following regulations, and he's also, he's making a cheap product because he wants to be competitive with other.
They're just talking about two different things, and Kelvin seems to be just out of his mind.
Calvin definitely seems to be a little bit out of his mind. Yeah, so sludge water is just dirty water. She's like, you just put lemon in really dirty water. This is gross. He's like, well, I have to go to expenses somewhere if I want to stay competitive. It's like competing with the other lemonade vendors. He wants to I don't know, make more money again. And then she asks if she gets sick. Like, what happens if I get sick? And he's like, well, that's your fault. You have to beware before you buy a product. That's their company motto. And they don't follow regulations or standards. That's it. So yeah, Calvin's kind of crazy. Ana Carolina, can you read the role of Calvin for the next part, and Andres? Andres, are you there? Javier, can you read the role of Susie?
Sure, the girl?
Yeah.
Okay. You're out of your mind. I'm going home to drink something else.
Sure, put me out of your job. It's your anti-business types who run the economy. I need to be
Subsidized.
subsidized.
Yeah. And who ruin the economy.
What does it mean?
Ruin the economy. It means that he wants to sell his company to his mother.
Not quite.
No?
No. subsidized. Does anybody know what subsidized means?
He needs money.
Yeah, so he needs money. Generally, who pays subsidies?
A big company.
It's usually
No?
government who pays subsidies.
Yeah, usually the government will pay subsidies. Okay, so what happens with a subsidy is like farmers. Like the government wants cheap food, or the government needs food to be affordable. Food to be affordable. So like things like milk cannot be very expensive, or people will begin to complain. And so the farmers also need to make money, and raising cows is expensive. So the government will pay farmers a certain amount of money, so they will sell their milk at a lower price to the public. That's kind of the idea of a subsidy. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's like helping it or something.
Yeah, it's like an aid, a business aid. So like for businesses that are essential, generally the government will give them subsidies if they're struggling or there's a problem. So Calvin's asking his mom to subsidize his lemonade stand. Yeah. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions here? Okay. All right. So for yeah.
What is this ain't? Sorry, it's not ain't. Anti. Okay, sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay. All right, and let's go on. All right, we've got another role play about a salesman. Oh, I thought, huh? I could have sworn I had a different role play. All right, let's make up some roles. For the first role, where are we? I think we're with Jose. What would be the first role? Something
Okay.
about business.
About me, I have to make up a story about business.
You have to make up a character.
A character. The boss.
Okay, so we've got the boss. What's he want?
Uh, he wants to make profits, to make money
Okay,
from the
yeah.
company.
And what kind of company is it?
The company is a toys company.
Okay, good. And Nora, who's the other character in this roleplay?
New employee, new hired employee.
Okay, a new hired employee. Okay. And all right, I think that's good. Let's start out. Jose, if you're the boss, go ahead. Nora,
Maybe I'm consultant.
a consultant.
Yeah, instead
Okay.
of new hired employee.
Consultant. And what do you think about the company?
You should ask the company to cut losses.
The company needs to cut their losses. Okay. All right. Let's start out with Jose. How'd you start out this conversation? Jose? Okay. Nora, how would you start out? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
There's nothing we can do about it.
Sorry, Nora, I couldn't hear you at all. Can you repeat that?
So how do you suggest to grow your profit?
I'm still a little bit confused. I'm sorry. Can you repeat it one more time?
To grow your profits. What's your plan?
Okay. So that would be the consultant, right?
Yeah. So
What's your plan to grow? Okay. And Sergey, how'd you respond?
Ideally, I would like our revenue to grow 3 times by the end of the year.
Nice. To grow 3 times. How else could we say this? What's a better way of saying it? Just one word.
It's my turn. Triple, right?
Triple. Yeah.
But the previous phrase was also grammatically correct, right?
To grow 3 times, yeah, I mean, grammatically it works. It's, it's a little bit strange because if you have like something grow 3 times, it could grow like a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. But if you've got something tripling...
What about if I would like our revenue to grow 10 times? How would I say it properly?
To increase tenfold.
To increase 10 what?
Tenfold is something you could say. To grow 3 times, to grow 10 times, to become 10 times larger, or to increase by 10 times.
Oh, increase by 10 times. Sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. But good, really good answer. Become 3 times larger, become 10 times larger.
Yep.
Would also be good. And Ken, how would you respond?
Triple consultant. I recommend you to change the name from Toy Harris to Toy Puyas.
From Toy what to Toy what?
Toy Harris to Toy Fuyas.
Fuyasu. Okay. Okay. Anna Carolina, how would you respond?
It seems a bit preposterous. Why are you advising me something like that? It's because of the numerology, or maybe a kind of Japanese belief, like the chi. I have to. Do I have to find the chi of my company?
Do I have to find the chi of my company? Company. Good. And Andres, how would you respond? Andres, Javier, how would you respond?
Well, boss, if you don't like that, probably we can try something else. We can increase our revenues getting new initiative to the market, or probably we can increase our profit, reducing our cost on raw materials.
We can increase our profit by reducing our cost of raw materials.
Yes.
Okay, what did you say after revenues? We can increase our revenues. What?
Getting new initiatives to the market, new toys.
By getting new toys on the market. By reducing the cost of raw materials. Okay. And good. Jose, how would you respond?
I think I need more ideas. These kind of ideas are not enough to make money from my company. I think you can think about the advertisement that I usually make on Christmas. We have, I think we have to change the advertisement. I think the advertisement could be more attractive from the viewers. No, from the for the viewers. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Good. I think you can think about advertising.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's good. What do you think about that? All right. And so we are just about out of time. Cut this a little bit short. I've got another class right after this if you guys want to join. But thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.